welcome. We are, maybe I'll turn more lights on because I can't see anything. We're just getting ready today to film another intro for our podcast. So I'm putting on the Collagen Reinforce by Elizabeth Grant, one of our favorite ladies here, because I have the hardest water in the world. I need to get a water softener, but one step at a time. Right now, I'm just relying on some wonderful products to try and offset the sharpness of the dry water, the hard water. Yeah, so we're just getting ready. Today, we are going to be filming a new intro for our podcast, because the old intro needs to be snazzy. So maybe we'll do like a season 2, welcome to the podcast kind of thing. So I've been putting off going to the gym because I keep getting dressed and making myself up, and then I go, oh, I don't want to go to the gym and ruin my makeup. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to ruin your makeup. It's fine. So, I should show you what I'm doing. We got some Lise Wautier. Hello. Great evening. Good. Dana White. Welcome. Glad you're having a good evening. This is kind of hard to see in this light, but I'm just gonna use the mirror. Doing makeup in the camera is a little difficult. But we'll make it work. The hard water is not good for my skin. Do not suggest hard water. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You look beautiful too. I appreciate your kind words. That's very kind. I feel a little rough because, I do have psoriasis on my face, so it is tough to manage, especially with the hard water that we have here. Blah. So if you have any skin conditions, I feel for you because I know how it is. So we're just getting ready to film a new podcast intro. That's what we're doing. Aloe vera, yes, aloe vera would help. More aloe vera. I just put on a little bit of this Elizabeth Grant Collagen Reinforce as a base layer. Thank you for the Thanksgiving messages. We are in Canada, so we already had our Thanksgiving last month in October. So we already celebrated Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has come and gone. It was wonderful though. We had a lovely time. So, I hope you're having a lovely time if you're celebrating Thanksgiving. Canada is, it's cold and rainy today. What about Christmas? We have Christmas at the same time. It is the 25th of December. Christmas is at the same time. The reason why Thanksgiving is at a different time is because Canada has a different, like their crops, the harvest comes sooner in Canada because we're in the north. We're a bit colder. So that's why we have Thanksgiving at a different time, because we literally have a different harvest season. Whereas the birth of Christ is on the same day. So that's why we celebrate that at a different time. The more you know. Am I right? Ugh, my poor skin. Anyway, I have medication. It's just the hard water here is not doing it any favors. But you know what? You just forge ahead. You just keep going. Yeah, where are you from, Jaden Da Fifth? Where are you from? Tell me, where do you hail from? We're up in around Toronto, Canada, Toronto. So that's kind of where we're at. In Ontario, in the north, the south of Canada, but the north of North America. A little bit of blush. Yeah, we're just getting ready to film a podcast today. So, just trying to, enliven myself. Wake up. Wake up. Anyway, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all of those who are celebrating this weekend. Thankfully, I'm just happy. I'm happy that we're not celebrating this weekend, because Thanksgiving is a lot. It's a lot. So I'm glad it's all done with for us, and we just get to watch from the sidelines. So, but we'll be seeing you at Christmas and everything. I come from the land down under where beer does flow in mail. Beer and men. Chunder. I'm not sure what chundering is, but it does rhyme with thunder. So, well done on the poetry front. What is that? Men at work? Yes, on the fly. On the fly has the answer. On the fly knows what's up. You know. Men at work. Ugh, look at this. Look at the flyaways. The hard water is hard on my hair and my skin. So someday we'll be able to get a water softener, but one step at a time. One step at a time. One step at a time. In the meantime, I don't know what to do. Like I just gotta push through with the hard water. We do need a water softener. We wanted to get, excuse me. We wanted to get a on-demand hot water heater, because I don't want a giant tank sitting in my utility closet. But apparently in Canada, they're not very efficient because they have to heat up the water so quickly, and they have a hard time. So the more you know about water heaters, like very difficult times for water heaters. It's pretty gloomy outside, but it's not cold out today. It's usually freezing out this time of year. And I think I looked and it's like plus 10 degrees on the Celsius scale, which is very odd. It's very not normal. I guess it's, what is it, Wednesday? And I guess people in America, they're starting their Thanksgiving celebrations today. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm looking online and I'm seeing people talking about already starting their celebrations, and it's not even Thursday, so it's Skanksgiving? Is that what they call it? Because it's Wednesday, and then people just... I heard, I saw some memes talking about Blackout Wednesday, so I think that would go in line with Skanksgiving, as you call it. Super Bowl baby. And there's some, I think that's German, but I don't know German. Green Wednesday. Hey, whatever gets you through the weekend, right? So, I guess, do you guys get Thursday off as well, or do you just take Thursday off as a matter of course? So I guess it's an extended, long weekend. What day is actual Thanksgiving? Is it... Maybe that's why the weekend is so long, is because it's one of the midweek days. I don't know. I just go by memes that I see. I just see the memes about American Thanksgiving and I go, I guess it's American Thanksgiving this weekend. A lot of memes. That's how I that's how I get the news too. It's just through memes. And the Super Bowl. Oh. Well, I assume the men hook up with randoms as well. Like, who are the women hooking up with? I assume that women are hooking up with the men, so therefore the men are hooking up also with randoms. Can't go one way, it has to go both ways. Oh, Texas. Nice. Nice. Must be warm down there. It's pretty warm out today. In Canada. It's warm for Canada. Plus 10 degrees. I don't know what plus 10 degrees is in America talk. What is that? 10 degrees. What is that, like in the 60s? We switched to Celsius at like, when it hits 70 degrees, and we just switched to Celsius. 50 degrees? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. 70, yeah, 70 is nice. 70 is a nice day. Yeah, Canada is a weird, like, we use Fahrenheit and Celsius interchangeably, but for some reason, once it goes below a certain threshold, we change to Celsius because it's just easier. Hi, Ravens Enough. Hey. Welcome. Yeah, it's just easier. It gets cold enough that it gets really awkward when it's just easier to be like, oh, it's minus 10 degrees, or it's minus 15, or it's minus 20, instead of using Fahrenheit, which, it's 30 degrees. That, I don't know, for some reason that seems like not cold. It's not conveying how cold it is outside. The ratio is 5 to 9. Got it. She said not getting it at all. I mean, I get it, but it does sound confusing, yet we don't. We don't stay with one or the other. It's just weird. It's like we switch automatically, and I don't know. I mean, I agree. It is weird. But you know what? I think we would stay in Celsius most of the time. You can do it in your head. Of course you can do it in your head. I think we stay, like, if it's 37 degrees outside, Celsius, I know that's a hot day. But we will say, oh, it's like 90 whatever degrees Fahrenheit. But as soon as it gets below like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, we don't really say that. Yeah, you know what? In Europe, they do not switch. It's just a Canadian thing. And there's a few things that we do in Canada that they don't do in Europe. Like the distance. If we say, I'm going to this town next to where I live, we will not say how far away it is in kilometers. We will say how far it is in time. Like, it takes you 30 minutes to get there. Because all of our roads are standard, usually about like between 100 and 110 kilometers an hour. So like Toronto, so we're in Belleville right now. Toronto is 2 hours away. And it's about like 270 kilometers away, but we'll never say 270 kilometers. We'll say it's 2 hours. Ottawa's 3 hours away. What's the deep psychology behind putting makeup on and becoming unreal? That's a good question. Not sure. I don't know if I can answer that, because I feel like we're way far away from being unreal at this point, because we still look like a human being in this zone. I used to do a lot of like body painting and body modification, stuff like that. So the uncanny valley was like deep. So I found one of the things that really, back in the day, like back in like 2012, nowadays, like people are more expressive with their makeup. But back like 10, 20 years ago, if you put on like a different color of lipstick, that would really like freak people out, and it would make you unreal. It would make you not human anymore, almost, just because you put like maybe a blue lipstick on or something. So that would separate you from being this person that you could connect with into a person who you can't relate to. So you look at movies and TV shows like Star Trek, or something where people are alien, but they're still human shaped, and they'll be wearing makeup to separate you from that reality of the humanity. So I think, I'm not sure the deep psychology of it, but I think it's these indicators of like putting the makeup on that really separates you from being human and being able to connect with that person, and then being otherworldly and perhaps disconnecting from that humanity. I live 2 hours from Houston to the east, San Antonio to the west, Austin to the north. There you go. Yes, exactly. It puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again. So that's what I found. Nowadays with Sephora, and like they do all sorts of really interesting makeup stuff. Like a couple years ago, they were doing like different colored eyebrows, and like sparkle eyebrows and sparkle beards. And so I feel like it's not so weird anymore to like almost paint your face. That was kind of before the pandemic. Everything's kind of like backed off since the pandemic. Everything's become more muted and just, I don't know, like, I mean, we're not playing as much. We're tattoo, eyebrows, eyelash extension. Yes, a lot of eyelash extensions, stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just my, like, that's just me guessing. Is I feel like, you know, things have become a little more muted since the pandemic, because we've kind of gone into survival mode in so many ways, so that, you know, we're not playing as much and not exploring the sparkle beards and things like that. So, you know, things come and things go. And yeah, so I'm just putting my face on, getting ready to do a little recording for our podcast intro, because we've had the same intro for, I don't know, like a month or something. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right, Super Bowl baby. The plastic surgery trends have really accelerated. They've really like risen. So that is a good point. Some things have gotten higher, some things have gotten lower. And I would say the plastic surgery trends. We were talking about that the other day, just about uncanny valley stuff again, but it's like less so with like sparkle eyebrows and sparkle lipstick, and more about like people not moving their faces anymore. Like we were watching what were we watching? Selling Sunset. Thank you, brain. Good job working. We were watching Selling Sunset, and I went, oh my God. I realized why everybody in the show talks with their hands like so much. They're like, blah, 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 blah. It's because they can't make facial expressions. And it's really interesting to watch like a bunch of people on a TV show not be able to make facial expressions, especially when they're talking about the fires in LA, and they're all like really sad, and they're all like, they're trying to make that facial expression, but they literally can't do it. So, you know, makes another layer of like this uncanny valley of like human and humanity. Yes, what is a Spartan augmentation? Is that like the jaw stuff? Because I've heard a lot of guys are getting jaw implants. So I mean, I don't like, do what you want. It's do what you want. I'm not against plastic surgery. If I could afford it, maybe I'd probably get some, but it's very expensive. So I'm working on a water softener. Never mind. So never mind the rest of it. But it's interesting to see like the different areas, because I know in LA, you're going to get a whole bunch of plastic surgery, you know, because you're surrounded by everybody getting it. It's very normal. It's very normalized. And so, of course, and they'd say, hey, you know, I know so-and-so or this doctor, head over there, get a little zip or whatever. And it's just like literally having a morning coffee down there. So, you know, whatever. But it's interesting to see people literally not be able to move their faces at all. And then how do we express emotion? How do we connect to people? You know, and again, back to that psychology of makeup and psychology of making up your face. It's like the trends are really changing. Dude's getting the equivalent of a BBL. Now remind me what a BBL is. Is it a Brazilian butt lift? And they call it a Spartan augmentation? Okay, all right. Ow, that would hurt. Got it. Well, I guess they're saying it's a Spartan augmentation on account of like the Greeks or Sparta, and they were into butts. The pro LGBTQ butt situation. It's a compliment. Okay. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but thank you. Do you see sports car the front? I don't know. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. So, and we're just talking about American Thanksgiving. We're talking about how cold it is outside or not cold. You are beautiful. What's your secret? Thank you. Thank you for saying that's a very nice thing to say. I don't have a secret. I am just doing my best to stay hydrated and, you know, get enough sleep. Hey from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Hey from Montreal. Hi. Hi, Montreal. Hi, Justine. Oh, I don't even know I have an accent. Thank you. Thank you. Where are you guys from? We have Cocoa Beach, Florida. We got Montreal. Hey from Montreal. I love Montreal. I used to live in Montreal. It was just a wonderful place. I had some really good times there. I'm from the UK. Nice. Nice. We're in Canada right now. Where did I live in Montreal? You're in Bali at the moment? Awesome. I love Bali. We were in Bali a few years ago. And don't forget Texas. Don't forget Texas. I shan't forget Texas. I lived in Montreal. I lived in the Plateau. And I lived right off St. Viateur. And right next to St. Viateur Bagels, which was, you know, Montreal bagels. If anybody doesn't know out there, gorgeous, wonderful, delicious, highly suggest. You live in the Plateau. Yay, Plateau. Yeah, it's freaking the best. Walking up and down Saint Urbain. Going down to, I used to go down to my favorite bar. It's not there anymore. It was called the Divan Orange. My favorite bar in Montreal. It's now, I think it's a clothing shop now, but it was, those were the days. Those were the days. And I go for 5 Cassette. And I would just like, I worked down in the old part of Montreal. Hi. And then I'd walk up like, or ride my bike, my Bixie bike all the way up. And yeah, you work in the old port too? That's nice. I used to work at, where did I work? Palais, no. Oh, my brain. I worked at like 3 different buildings, so that's why my brain is broken. I am married, so thanks for asking. My husband's in the chat, so say hi, baby. Say hi to everyone in the chat. Like and subscribe. I am sometimes a model. If the calling comes, I would be a part-time model. So, are you a model too? Amazing. Amazing. Where the hell did I work? I worked, I forget. Anyway, I worked at one of the hotels down there. I forget the name. It was right next to the Palais de Congrès, right up the street. Oh, I remembered. Place des Armes. That's where I worked. I used to live at Place des Armes. My brain sometimes forgets like all sorts of stuff. So, hi, animal lover. Oh, you do OF. Wink, wink. Gotcha. No, I model a bunch of clothes for a company called Northern Phoenix Store. So if you guys ever want to check out the Northern Phoenix Store, they are at, how do you spell it? Maybe you should type it in the chat there, hun, if you want. I think it's northernphx.ca. So if you ever want to see some nice clothing, go check that out at the Northern Phoenix Store. But I do not have a OF. I just have this. So there it is. northernphx.ca. So check that out. That's where you can find me doing some modeling. But mostly I just hang out on here these days and chat with y'all while I get ready. And that's what I do. Hi, just ventured off. Took me a while to get back on here. Well, welcome back. Hello from South Africa. Hello, Shelly Cortez from South Africa. And yeah, that's, that's kind of what we do here. I miss Montreal. I'd like to visit more often. It's a wonderful place. It's not very far from where we are, but we don't have enough time to just get out and hang out anymore. So, maybe 2026. It's the holiday season now. Things are kicking off. So, we'll see. Yeah, we're in Toronto these days. We're in Toronto. And I'm part-time in Belleville because I live part-time near my mumsy. So right now we're in Belleville, so we're almost in Montreal. We're so close. But I just need more time off to head up to Montreal and visit. But those were good times. Those were good times in Montreal. I was there when they were doing one of the X-Men movies, and they had a flashback scene to like the 1970s. And so it was cool to see everybody walking around in their flashback and their old-timey gear and stuff like that. Yeah, it was very cool. They were filming in the old port, so I'd be walking up and down going to work, and I'd see all the cool filming stuff. Your in-laws are in Alexandria. Is that Alexandria in Egypt? Is it that Alexandria? Oh, near Cornwall. Got it. Different Alexandria. I don't think I've ever been there. I haven't actually been to either Alexandrias. But yeah, that's cool. You know, it's a nice area. The Cornwall, Alexandria area. We were just up in Prince Edward County. So, you know, you just head over there and there's a lot of like places to hang out. There's a lot of wineries to go to. And then if you go like towards Sterling, there's like some caves. There are more wineries. A lot of places to go camping. So it's not a bad area. Yeah. A lot of people in Ontario will go south, you know, not to America, not that far south, but like to Niagara on the Lake to go hang out. Or they'll go to Niagara Falls. The Niagara area is very popular. So yeah, Vermont, I'm not saying America's not cool. I'm just saying, like, if we're going to go on a day trip and you're from Toronto, you'll probably go to the Niagara area rather than up to Prince Edward County. So, but we'll see. We'll see if they'll catch on how cool the area is up here. I know it's a bit tacky now. It's gotten turned into a tourist trap a little bit. So, but Prince Edward County is not a tourist trap yet. It's still up and coming. So, I suggest if you would like a more authentic vibe to come up to Kingston, Prince Edward County, all these kind of places. They're a lot more low key. They're less of a tourist trap, but they're really fun. So it's a good area. It's good, but not a lot of people think to go there because they'll, you know, the tourism in Niagara on the Lake, and not that you shouldn't go there. It's very nice there, but you know, try something else out. Why not? Anyway, I think I've finally finished my low-key makeup look. We're just going for a basic makeup look today. Nothing too crazy, no giant glam, just a little touch up before we do a little filming. We're gonna film an intro to, if you're wondering, we're filming an intro to our podcast. Just, you know, we're gonna zhuzh it up a little bit. The podcast can be found on this channel down in the podcast section. So if you're wondering what podcast is she talking about, go check that out. So I'm just trying to look a little less, you know, just a little pop of color here. Thank you very much, Dawn Johnson. That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate it. But yeah, check out the podcast. We got a new one coming out today at 1 o'clock. So in 50 minutes, we have a podcast coming out where Keith, my husband, is talking to a good friend of ours named Gail Harvey, and she's a director in the film industry. So I really enjoyed it. I did the editing, so I was on the back end of it, watching it just like you guys. So check that out. That's popping up at 1 o'clock today. So, and then, yeah, we're just gonna film a new intro and put that in, and maybe we'll be doing season 2 of our podcast. So where we talk to cool people, doing interesting things, a lot of Canadian content, a lot of artists, a few business owners, talking about online content, online marketing, stuff like that. So if you want to check it out, come on. If you ever want to be on it, let me know. Definitely 100% little schmooze-roos. But yeah, if you're into art or know any artists who want to be on the podcast, give me a shout, let me know. And yeah, we love talking to interesting people. So we're kind of a bit of a variety show, which is why we're called Culture Junkie, because we're interested in all sorts of different cultures and people and what they do, and you know, basically what makes you tick. Tell me. So that's kind of what's going on. We got that coming out at 1 p.m. today, so if you'd like to check it out, cheers to that. But I think I'm gonna leave you here because I gotta go and do some stuff. Thank you, Don Johnson. Please check it out. I appreciate your, you know, letting me know what you think. And I think it's interesting. I love the really cool people that we talk to. So, but if you ever have any suggestions of anybody we should need to talk to, come take a look. I'm interested, and I'm happy that you guys joined me today. So like and subscribe, and we'll talk again soon. All right, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday today. All you Americans going into Thanksgiving, I salute you. Best of luck. Everyone else, mwah, thank you for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Okay, bye.